In this anime, a lonely guy gets 100 girlfriends after being rejected 100 times. And before you watch, write any comment and you will move on to the next video. Also don't forget to put a like and subscribe to the channel. Enjoy watching. On his last day of middle school, Rentarō Aijō gets turned down by a girl for the 100th time. He goes to a shrine and prays for a girlfriend, and a god appears and tells him that in high school, he will meet not one, but 100 soulmates who will all fall in love with him. On his first day of high school, Rentarō simultaneously bumps into two girls, Hakari Hanazono and Karane Inda, who are both his soulmates and begin vying for his affections. Back at the shrine, the god tells Rentarō that a person is supposed to only have one soulmate if any, but because he made a mistake on the paperwork, Rentarō wound up with 100 of them. Because Hakari and Karane are both among his soulmates, he is unable to choose between them, and even if he did, any soulmate who does not get into a relationship with him will die. Rentarō briefly considers dating both of them behind each other's back, but decides against it. Finally, he asks both of them to be his girlfriends at the same time, which they agree to. Learning that Rentarō has never kissed a girl before, Hakari and Karane start trying to get Rentarō's first kiss. To be fair to both, Rentarō devises an elaborate game that will let him kiss them both without anybody knowing who got it first. They try it several times, but things keep going wrong. Rentarō attempts to surrender his first kiss to the lascivious vice principal, only for the girls to tell them the other should have it, and so the three agree to have a three-way kiss. Rentarō meets his third soulmate, a shy girl named Shizuka Yoshimoto who only communicates by pointing to words in a book. She loans him her favorite book, which they bond over. Later, Rentarō asks Shizuka to install a text-to-speech app on her phone, and then sends her a file containing the entire text of the book, allowing her to speak without breaking eye contact with the other person. Shizuka realizes that since the book was not released in an ebook format, Rentarō must have transcribed it manually by himself. Later, Rentarō asks Hakari and Karane to let Shizuka become his third girlfriend, vowing to commit seppuku if he cannot be a good boyfriend to them all. Rentarō proposes a game of old maid to get Shizuka broken into the group, with the added penalty of the loser getting tickled by the winner. He wins the first 3 rounds, with each round leaving a different girl in last place. Shizuka wins the 4th round, but only goes about gently poking Rentarō. Sensing hostility from Karane, he steps out to let the girls talk things out among themselves. Karane tells Shizuka that she does not need to hold back because she is just as loved by Rentarō as the other girls. When he returns, Shizuka decides she is ready for a kiss with him. Rentarō meets and falls in love with his 4th soulmate, the beautiful Nano, who is the school's top performer and rumored to be a robot due to her intelligent and emotionless personality. She initially is not interested in Rentarō and repeatedly declines his attempts to open up to her due to considering him insignificant, but she becomes overwhelmed by thoughts about him that night. Rentarō requests a date with her to prove himself the following day, and the two visit an amusement park. Nano is befuddled by the attractions, and at the end of the day believes she gained nothing from the outing. But Rentarō proves she did gain something by almost burning the photos he took during the date, leading Nano to break down in tears, and she asks Rentarō out. He accepts, and she makes it official with a surprise kiss. He then introduces her to his other girlfriends. The other girls are a little jealous Rentarō went on a date with Nano, something they haven't done yet, so Hakari suggests they all go to an indoor water park. On Hakari's suggestion, Rentarō and the girls visit an indoor water park. Karane sits at one of the sun benches wrapped in a towel due to claims of feeling chilly. Shizuka gets caught in a whirlpool due to her inability to swim, and Rentarō passes out from a nosebleed when girls draw a lot of attention to him. Due to being unable to perform mouth-to-mouth resuscitation on him, Hakari and Nano search for a male lifeguard, only to be accosted by 3 perverted guests. Rentarō is awoken when Karane tells him of the situation, and the perverts leave in disgust when Hakari and Nano both kiss him. Rentarō rescues Shizuka from the whirlpool before ascertaining that Karane is actually embarrassed about her own figure rather than feeling chilly. He removes her robe in one motion, revealing a white bikini she looks great in. To prove he's not patronizing her, he draws her into a hug, and she notices his heart is racing even faster than hers. With the whole gang back together at last, the pool date begins in earnest. Rentarō meets his 5th soulmate, but does not get the chance to talk to her. He returns to where he saw her the following day, finding in the chemistry lab a young girl named Kusuri. Kusuri serves him a flask of tea before going through an assortment of drugs she invented, after which Kusuri reveals that she spiked the tea she served him with a love potion due to falling in love with him at first sight. Rentarō attempts to regurgitate the love potion, but the drug quickly overwhelms him, forcing Kusuri to administer a neutralizer. After the drug is cleared from Rentarō's system, Kusuri repeats her confession, taking on the appearance of the girl Rentarō saw the day before. Realizing the third-year chemistry club president really is his soulmate, Rentarō returns Kusuri's confession. Meeting the other girls, Kusuri gifts them with a variety of drugs based on what Rentarō told her about them. She then serves them cookies and 2 flasks of tea, one for Rentarō and one for the girls. Everyone assumes the big one is for the girls, not realizing until too late that it was spiked with a drug to get Rentarō to kiss Kusuri. Rentarō and Kusuri attempt to reach the chemistry lab in order to create enough antidote for the other 4 girls, who are in a zombie-like state pursuing Rentarō for a kiss. Both groups split up, with Shizuka pursuing Rentarō first. He takes her to the nurse's office when she trips, hanging her up on a clothes hanger. He is next pursued by Hakari and Karane, but he escapes them by making them kiss each other. He finds that Nano has beaten him to the chemistry lab, and he finds Kusuri hiding in a nearby locker. She tries to age herself up to sneak past Nano, but she gives herself away. Rentarō escapes to a nearby closet, but Nano reaches him, kissing him until Kusuri approaches with an antidote. She administers antidote to the other girls, after which Hakari and Karane bashfully claim not to remember anything. Kusuri apologizes for the ordeal, but Rentarō promises to continue loving her even if she keeps making drugs. Hakari invites the others to a nearby park hosting a bouquet toss, where the winner gets to have their picture taken with their special someone. Among the participants is the Gaira Alliance motorcycle gang, which leads to Rentarō and the girls working together to catch the bouquet. Shizuka wins the bouquet toss for the newly christened Rentarō family, and Hakari wins a chopstick lottery to decide who gets to wear the dress for the photo. All the other girls are invited to be in the photo, and afterward, Hakari asks Rentarō to break up with her. He follows her to her home, where she explains that her mother, Hakari, found out about Rentarō and all the girls he was dating and is planning to transfer Hakari to a new school. After wandering through town, Rentarō decides to take his chances and break into the Hanazono mansion to rescue Hakari, with all the other girls deciding to join in on the mission as well. Rentarō and the girls infiltrate the Hanazono residence to rescue Hakari. She doesn't answer her phone, and they fail to get her attention from outside the mansion. Unlocking the door through a pet door, the group manages to evade the guards and pets wandering the place. Kusuri offers up a drug she was planning to mail to a pharmaceutical company as part of a job application in order to get past a set of infrared sensors, with Rentarō and Karane climbing past them together. As the other girls retreat back outside, Rentarō and Karane make their way to Hakari's room, only to trigger an alarm, which leads to them being captured and escorted to Hakari's chamber. Rentarō pleads his case with Hakari, but she rejects him, not wanting Hakari to experience the same heartbreak she did at her age. Hakari is soon revealed to be Rentarō's 6th soulmate once the drug wears off. Hakari subjects Rentarō to a lie detector test to determine his feelings for her daughter. He passes the pest trial with flying colors, after which a maid informs Hakari that Hakari is trying to jump out the window. Karane takes Hakari hostage while Rentarō goes to save Hakari. He succeeds in talking her out of killing herself, but they both fall out the window, with him redirecting their fall into the fountain. As Karane and Hakari emerge from the mansion, the latter realizes that Rentarō wasn't lying about his love for Hakari and proving that he'll make her happy even if it kills him. She relents and formally asks him to take care of her daughter, with Rentarō promising to take care of both of them and accepting her earlier confession, to the shock of the other girls. Afterwards, Hakari invites Rentarō and the other girls to stay the night at the mansion. After washing in the bath, the girls are dressed up in pajamas, after which Hakari gets a nosebleed cause of the overbearing cuteness of the girls. Rentarō goes with her to treat her nosebleed. As Rentarō is stripped down in the Hakari's bedroom, a scream from the former causes the other girls to think Hakari is trying to get a head start on Rentarō. But when they get there, they find Rentarō dressed as a girl, causing him to faint in embarrassment. After being awoken by a kiss from Prince Nano, Rentarō leaves to take a bath. The Hanazonos follow after him to try and peep on him, being joined by all the other girls except Shizuka, who gets tied up in a blanket to stop her from interfering. Failing to see anything through the bathhouse window, the group ventures into the attic. As the Hanazono's cat follows them up there, Shizuka rolls her way to the bathhouse, getting pushed into the water by the Hanazono's dog. Rentarō accidentally exposes himself to Shizuka, and after the rest of the girls emerge from the attic, Karane blurts their intentions to Rentarō, who immediately lectures the girls. Later that night, he finds Hakari at an altar for Hakari's late father and assuages her fears of unfaithfulness before kissing her. As he wanders the mansion alone, he meets the ghost of Hakari's father, who thanks Rentarō for helping Hakari move on from his death before ascending to heaven. After leaving to collect their uniforms the following morning, Rentarō and the girls discover that Hakari had bought out the school to become the new chairwoman so she could spend time with Rentarō. The moral of this anime lies in Rentarō's journey to understand and reciprocate the love he receives. As he navigates his relationships with each girlfriend, he learns the importance of communication, trust, and emotional support. He recognizes that love is not about possessing or collecting people, but about fostering genuine connections built on mutual understanding and respect. Shizuka gets caught in a whirlpool due to her inability to swim. Taro passes out from a nosebleed when girls draw a lot of attention to